Weston McKennie has been a player who throughout his Juventus career has had a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Although he has had his struggles, he has also had a lot of good highlights throughout his time at Juventus, scoring crucial goals against teams like Barcelona in the Champions League. Despite this, McKennie has continued to play for Juventus, even playing as a wingback, a position where he's played quite well. But the main problem with McKennie seems to be his inconsistency, where he can either be very poor, a very ineffective player, or be one of the most crucial players in the team. We first saw this in his first season with Juventus. Obviously, he came in when Andrea Pirlo was the coach, and he was wanted from Juventus due to the fact that he could play multiple positions, even playing as a center back at one point for Schalke, despite the fact he was a midfielder. So this convinced the manager and the management that McKennie was a good player to pursue, and they signed him on a loan with an option to buy. And in the beginning, he wasn't getting a lot of minutes. He wasn't playing terrible either. He just wasn't getting the minutes that he later on would deserve. And the real switching point of that season for McKennie was the game against Torino, where he scored the equalizing goal in that 2-1 win, a comeback against our city rivals. Since that point and beyond, McKennie was pretty much a regular starter for Juventus, and he became a very important player in attack, with the match of Barcelona pretty much highlighting his importance to that Juventus attack, scoring an amazing goal off a Cuadrado assist. And there was a period in November, December until January where he was scoring a lot of goals. It would seem that almost every match he would score a goal, and despite slowing down towards the end of the season, he was still putting in very good performances for Juventus. Obviously, being a regular in the side, he couldn't always put in world-class performances and score goals after goals after goals. It was eventually going to slow down, as it did, but he still showed his importance for Juventus. But after the season ended, Pirlo was sacked and Allegri came in, where we first saw McKennie's struggles. In the beginning of the season, if anyone remembers, if I'm not mistaken, he was coming off a minor injury, and when he did eventually come back, he was absolutely horrible. He was missing one-on-ones with the keeper, he was making heavy touches, and that strength and pace we saw in the previous season was nowhere to be seen. But after a bit of time, in that same November-December period, he started to play like he was playing under Pirlo in the previous season. He started scoring a lot of goals, and he continued this form until he unfortunately got injured against Villarreal for 3 months. And you could pretty much say that the second season was another successful season for McKennie. Despite the slow start, he gained a lot of confidence and also gained the trust of the manager. But we once again saw his struggles in the beginning of this season. It was a bit more acceptable considering he just came off a 3-month injury and he hadn't played in like 5 or 6 months. So, a lot of time off the football pitch can lead to a lot of rustiness. But the problem was that it took him a lot of time to start putting in good performances. He scored a few goals here and there, once again in that October-November period, but he didn't really have any performances where he was that dominant like he did under Pirlo in that first season with Allegri. But his poor performances led to the management basically putting him on the transfer list. There has been interest from the likes of Bournemouth and Aston Villa, but McKennie has decided to decline both of those offers. Then we'll lead into now where McKennie is playing as a right wingback due to Cuadrado's injury. And to be honest with you, as a wingback, he has been very good. We've seen him making those runs again. We've seen him linking up with the players way better. And it seems like this is going to be the turning point of the season, but is it really worth keeping a player who is going to give you 5 to 6 good months and the first 2, 3, 4 months he's going to be bad to average? Now we have to take into consideration the position of the club at the moment. They really need money, so McKennie will probably be sold. Today or tomorrow, an offer from Leeds is going to come in for around 35 to 40 million, which in my opinion isn't a bad price tag. If anything, it's a very ideal price tag for a player like McKennie. Regardless of your thoughts in the comments down below, do you think that McKennie will be sold by Juventus, and would you like him to be sold by Juventus? If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe for more of this kind of content, and I'll see you in the next one.